Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunfall Cycle.
Woo!
Ah!
Huzzah.
Oh, hey. Hi.
Huzzah, my dudes. Or it is
Oh, man.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
My
Huzzah.
dudes. Dilly dilly, my dudes.
No, all dilly dillies are removed and muted. I'm gonna have to go into the post edit and remove all dilly dillies.
Why?
That is
What's a dilly dilly?
stupid.
It's not
is what
very
it is.
poggers of you.
It's not very poggers. It is in fact so unpoggers that no. Dilly dilly is for dummy dummies, is what it is.
Why?
Dilly dilly is a phrase popularized in late 2017 by a television marketing campaign in North America by the Whedon and Kennedy advertising agency for Anheuser-Busch InBay's Bud Light beer.
Yeah.
The campaign for Dilly Dilly launched in August 2017 with the ad titled Banquet, which was set in medieval times. This is amazing. I can't believe I've been out of America so long that this is like reading about a foreign country.
It's like if you came in here and said, "What's
Feels
up?"
like that been a while.
I would equally
can't
be like,
believe-
"No,
That's too.
no."
Oh,
I can't believe Bud Light gets credit for dilly dilly.
They do, and they've ruined it. So I'm sorry, no dillies. I'm so sorry.
What
I'm so
about
sorry.
what about only one dilly?
One dilly is acceptable. If you came in and said a dilly to you, I would say, and a dilly to you.
What about
Perfect.
Dilly?
A dilly to you, chat.
And a dilly to you, chat.
A fine day.
And a
You can only
fine,
do one dilly, is that the thing?
a fine day and a dilly to all. Yes. A double
Well,
dilly?
dilly dilly to that, Jesse.
No!
I hope.
What about a dilly dilly dilly? What about a triple dilly?
What you hope?
Are
What?
triple dillies allowed?
Are we
One of these
dallying
days.
on the con-
To
on
the
concept
moon,
of
Bronze! To the moon!
Like Dogecoin? Me and Dogecoin all the way to the moon?
Yeah, just like Dogecoin.
Oh my God. Please,
Too many
someone
coins.
draw bronze going to the moon with Dogecoin saying dilly dilly.
That's gotta be in the fan art.
I hate
On a
that.
rocket named
Now.
Dilly.
I've never hated anything more than that.
agreed.
The dog is just like the same dumb Doge dog, just like really excited, and then just highly animated Bronze, like dilly dilly. Yeah, oh, I can see it. And I hate it. Oh, I hate it.
It's gotta have like a very angry Jesse Cox down.
I
in the corner.
like it.
Just
On
like,
Earth, not anywhere near the moon.
just like a pouty.
Yeah.
Like,
Jesse Cox doesn't have those diamond hands. He's not going to the moon.
no, I mean all those people who were lost a ton of money, so like whatever.
Yeah.
Like whatever,
God,
you lost a
invest-
bunch of
Got
money.
him.
Good job, Diamond Hands.
Diamond
Got
hand.
him.
Way to understand the market. Anyway, crypto is a dumb investment. Anyway, let's talk about D&D. Literally, let's not talk about cryptocurrency.
Some
That's
beautiful
fair.
person in chat whose name is excellent, named Natural Zero. The O is a zero.
Oh, I thought you meant his name was excellent. I was like, oh, that's a nice name. How'd they get that?
Ask. So I've yet to watch any of Sunfall Cycle. Is there a summary of what the campaign is about before I start from the first session?
Oh, okay. 5 friends go on summer break.
Time out. Not friends. Not friends. Whoa. Not friends. You're
But
already
only
wrong.
4 at any one time.
You're already incorrect. I'm so sorry. You gotta start again.
Okay. 5 strangers go on summer break in the city of and find that it has been covered by a strange dome which curses all the inhabitants within to repeat the same day over and over and over again. And at the end of the day, the sun explodes and everything resets. And they set about trying to figure out why this is happening and correct this gross perversion of time. In the process, some people's orifices were filled with blood oozes. Some people were eaten alive by rats. Some people were sat on by Henderstentia in the river. Some people were ripped apart by a necrotic war bear. Some people were smoten too by a great sword. Some people were shot with javelins and gored through by living statues. Some people were struck by lightning, breathed fire upon, and consumed whole by all manner of beast and construct inside this city. But somehow, these 5 adventurers, who are now 4, still trudge on and are trying to solve the Sunfall Cycle.
Amazing. What have you found out so far about the cause of this endless time loop and how it might be fixed?
It was all a dwarf's fault. Iramon, those dastardly dwarves, who, in an attempt to undo or slow down time, I believe it was, actually ended up creating a time loop instead. Fool of a took! And now we are working with this dwarf to set about fixing it. And to do so, we need to construct the planar scope. And we have some of the parts, but we are missing one piece of the parts. And that is the quest we are on now, to find the viewing lens, I believe it is, yes?
You have the viewing lens already. It's the like scope housing.
And once we complete this planar scope, we will be capable of interplanar travel. And from there, we intend to find the location at which they're trying to kill the sun and resurrect it as a necro-celestial. Because there are various factions active within the city. Some of them are crazy and want Dahaka to eat everything because, it's the end of days. And others want the sun to die and have it, risen again as an undead weirdo god. And yet others, we don't even know their motives or who they're working with. All we know is that the 4 of us long for simpler times and wish to restore the city to a state in which a majority of the inhabitants could mayhaps reside the rest of their days in peace.
Yes, that's what the 4 of us want.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Oh, good, Bronze. I don't know how you do that.
I'm actually legitimately impressed.
As I think about this when we're like not doing the show together, like I will sit and think about it. I'll be like, how do I do that? Maybe I should ask her how she does that. Maybe there's a way to do it. Like you're so good at it. I'm like, a bunch of stuff happened and it was crazy. And now we're playing today. That's it. The sun, the moon, bad guys, fire, animals.
A lot of snakes.
I mean, it was
crazy.
Good. You left out all the parts where Sarrek saved the day and was handsome. And
I do think it was of benefit to the reader.
I mean, no one was really reading anything.
It didn't really add anything to the story.
I mean, I think it adds a lot. I think it adds quite a bit. I think it adds a lot of context and nuance.
A scene.
It was such a good summary.
It adds a lot of romance, danger.
It must be cut.
I'm just saying.
When we ran it past the focus group, they said, let me just grab my notes here. Sarrek is trifling, full of himself, and at times frustrating in that he constantly works against the party, thereby prolonging many bouts of combat that could have been wrapped up with expediency. Less Sarrek, more Kairos, especially that beast guy. When do we get more of him? These are the official focus group notes.
They do get me. They do understand what I've been trying to do. I thought it was for nothing.
Thank you, Bronze. That was fantastic. Awesome. What happened last time?
I've done my labor for today. I hit my.
I will. I'd be happy to recite what happened. We started off following the plan to save Melissa. which sort of culminated in the fight with Astafon Knights below the town. Lots of snakes.
Who's Melissa and why are you trying to save her?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Melissa is the 300-year-old cursed individual found beneath the earth. I think from Ire, or an Irian noble, is something we learned last week.
I think she's from Ur.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, because we're in Ire. Yeah, sorry. The other. Right.
Don't get them confused.
So
one is trash and the other is
Right. Following of which, after we hastily dispatched Astafon's knights, all of us working in sync very well together, like the intro to Avengers Age of Ultron, we short rested before traversing up to the Crone's hut to have a showdown of wits, mainly focusing on Aya. Basically, witting them and telling them that we have dispatched Ursa, the Death Druid, which was preventing the spell ritual from reorganizing. I don't know what
from lifting the curse.
Yeah, just lifting the curse. Just dispelling the curse off of Melissa. And so then we were going through the ritual of that, which involved us sharing memories from our pasts.
Yep.
Which is, I guess, is the only place memories can live. So that's kind of redundant.
Sharing memories from the present.
Future. Yeah, from the future.
And so you each donated memories, and you also got to see some of Melissa's memories. Do you remember anything relevant from what you were seeing?
No, nothing. Nothing related to the greatest city in the history of this stupid planet that I can remember.
Oh, I would also like to note we discussed the Jesse system. Delgado lights on your chair, and we just straight up dunked on YouTubers for like 10,000 years.
I definitely did do that. Yeah, that sounds exactly like us. Like, you could just be making that up, and I would believe you. Yeah,
the Jesse system, the light on the back of the chair for the green screen, dunking on YouTubers. The only thing that was missing is a reference to Goop and/or Glurmies.
Yeah,
that's true. Just like today.
Yes, the four of you stand around a dimly lit room, like a witch's hut, classic in the style. You know, there's like chicken feet hanging from the ceiling and like bundles of,
You could just stop. You're just describing every single woman's apartment in Seattle.
Yes, it's like an apartment in Seattle.
Witchcore, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people out here that, no disrespect, but they legitimately, Steven, go to the woods with baskets and just eat whatever they find out there.
What?
Like, all kinds of mushrooms, things.
I think the next question I'm forced to ask here is, does a bear shit in the woods?
Yeah, right? I'm not judging. I'm just like, bold move. I'm sure you'd be like, oh, Bronze, you won't eat a strange forest fungi? Hell no. Never. I would never.
It's very dangerous
out there.
You roll a D3. On a 1, it's delicious. On a 2, it gets you high as fuck. And on a 3, it kills you.
Yeah, you shit yourself and then die. It sounds horrible.
So that's the room that you're in.
But Bronze, if you don't, then you get to post on your Instagram stories that you walked into the woods and ate some strange mushrooms and that you feel beautiful. Come on.
There's a basket of foraged mushrooms
on.
Sitting on an old bird stand where the bird is gone from it. And there's like an iPhone 9 sitting on the ledge there.
Time out.
As the
time
witch
out.
of
Are
the
we
woods
talking about
cackles
hipsters
at
or
you
poverty? What are we talking about right now?
on front of her nose and rubs her hands in glee at the result of Melissa in front of you. You see that the screen of the iPhone flashes bright with a notification from Instagram. Melissa looks down at her hands and she says, "Praise the gods, I'm cured." And that's where we pick up today's episode. What do the four of you do?
Melissa! I give her a hug. Welcome back. Yeah.
She says, "Oh, my tea guest," and she has like both of her arms like sticking out past
Do you not remember me? I literally saved you like multiple times.
Yes, you
Really?
did. You did. Thank you. It was, I don't know, it felt a lot like you turned me into a horrible skeleton, but at least you fixed that part now.
No,
So
you were a skeleton when I found you, and you thought you were a person, and you've been a person for a while, but you thought you were a skeleton.
she looks over at Aya and she says, "You seem trustworthy. Is this true?"
Sarrek laughs like a chortle, like a guttural.
I have funny charisma, Jesse, so I do look trustworthy.
Oh no, I mean like I know that, but Sarrek obviously has opinions.
when she looks over, I'm like shaking a marshmallow, like a woman possessed, you know.
Marshmallow isn't there.
Oh, he went to escort. Oh my god.
Sent Marshmallow to
Yes.
escort
On quest, yeah.
someone.
My familiar. So you see
There's
me
a
shaking
smash
Kairos.
cut to Marshmallow hanging in one of those like hunter snares that is like a loop of rope
No,
up in the trees.
no.
And
Ooh.
it was Ava. It was Ava that you sent Marshmallow off with. Ava is looking up at Marshmallow saying, "It was on. How did you even step in that? You don't even have legs."
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, Marshmallow, you really stepped in it this time.
When you look over and when she looks over and asks Aya's question, she's like shaking Kairos like a woman possessed. Like, you know, what happened to him? Where'd he go? Oh, right. You're right. I'm sure he's fine. Usually he sits on your helmet. I was gonna have him make me a cup of cocoa, but now he's not here. And I just like stop shaking and I'm like, no, you were definitely already a skeleton when we found you.
Thank you. I wouldn't
Yeah.
lie to
Yeah.
you. But
And
listen,
a majority of this party had decided that you weren't saving, and it's really only Ankara that insisted. So you know, the least you owe her is your gratitude, and if you feel so inclined, your friendship.
I thought it
True.
was thinning.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely just was fine with leaving you a total bone show.
I thought it looked good on you, if anything. The dress fit at least. Sark like looks at the current dress like,
listen, the important thing is that you're okay and you know you're a human being and you are a human being with skin. So if you're happy, then I'm happy.
She has her like fingers to her temples and is rubbing in circles. She says, "My God, could it be that the spell went wrong, or was this intentional? What a strange, twisted trick."
Who did this to her again? She told us a long time ago, right?
I don't
If she
think
did,
she
I
ever.
don't remember.
She's never told us who did.
Maybe
it.
What's-
I
hang
remember
on a second,
asking
what's-
her very
what's spell?
strongly, and then maybe she didn't tell us.
We always assumed that it was a property of the dark cave that they found
Yeah,
you
the
in,
cave,
not a spell on you.
We tried
What
the
happened?
apple.
Who
We
did
tried,
this?
but we never had a clue what caused it. Yeah.
Oh, but the spell, well, wait, the cave that you found me in was a spell, in fact. It was an ensqualmation.
What is that?
It's a nasty spell that subsumes the target in earth and imprisons them a mile below the surface.
Who did that to you and why?
It was the Queen of the Night.
Does she have a name?
Is that the Queen of
Her
Earth?
moniker is usually enough to identify her. She is a terrible noblewoman and has an endless
Janet?
army of sycophants ready to tell her anything that she wants to hear, and has been slowly gathering her power and manipulating the populace against me, and really just an awful creature. They call her Danit, I think.
Tanith?
That is a similar name, but not the same. Why? Do you know?
Queen Tanith? Of
Yes,
Ur?
the queen of the night, the queen in shadows, the queen who is vying for the throne of Ur. Yes.
I just turn on my heel, look at Sarrek, and I'm like, your queen is a usurper?
Sarrek looks at you, he's like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
I could crack your head open like an eggshell, little man. Are you sure you want to play this game?
I'd like to see you try.
I do it.
I back away from Sark, not to grant not provide him that +2
Please,
bonus to the saving
I'll
throw.
roll on this.
Not accidentally grant the bonus.
Yeah, to not give him my glacial bonus.
I'll roll on this.
Okay, let's see. I of course use which spell is it?
None of them are good enough.
Head cracking.
Or no. Is it detect?
Detect thoughts, right?
Yes, detect thoughts.
Yeah. So rules as written. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast the spell, and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower,
I guess
I'm
it
sorry,
doesn't work.
it doesn't. That's just a little, yeah, it's, a little, it's, okay, moving on. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. What is most on its mind in that moment? Sarrek. What's most on Sarrek's mind right now?
So as you, you enter into Sarrek's mind, and you are overcome, sort of like being like having heavy rocks placed upon you. You are constantly bombarded. Oh, darkness, my old friend. You are like, the first thing you see as you it's like an onion as you peel back, but it's like weighing on you. Like the first thing you see is Sarrek's immediate thoughts on that dress does not fit her. Oh my god. Melissa looks terrible. She should have stayed a skeleton, right? Then the next thought is Aya is not gonna get into my mind. What an idiot. What a big dumb idiot. And then the next thought is I wonder how much the fruit vendor's selling for outside, because last time I was here, that was some good ass fruit, and I really want to go and get more of that. And the next one underneath that is uh-oh. Just a lot of and then the next layer underneath that is you see, again, Sarrek in a big chamber, very similar to what was seen before in our last episode, where he is standing around with a bunch of nobility, and a group of people are around a long table with a map, and the map is Ire, and they are forming a plan of some sort, and he's just in the corner, half paying attention, half watching. And you can't tell from this cursory glance whether he is uninterested or left out. And that's what's on his mind currently. A lot. A lot goes through this man's mind. He's constantly scheming.
Normally I delve deeper right away, but I pause here for a minute as I'm inundated by just the sheer amount of information. And then, much like swimming through a swimming pool, I just...
Right.
Can I also help her, Steven? Can I see her making that face and then just start being tan it, tan it, tan it?
It's like going through a space.
Force his brain.
Can I roll against this?
A huge hall with
you get to do a wisdom
Sarreks standing around, bubbling about their random thoughts. Oh, these fruits are very nice. I wonder what I should wear today. My knickers are bunched up in my bottom. One of them is just wandering back and forth. Dilly, 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 dilly.
Must have been the wind.
If I probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. I choose to make a wisdom saving throw.
To be
You got to make a spell save of DC 17.
Great. Let me just really quickly look at my... All right, I got nothing. 20.
So Aya, you try to delve deeper,
Hmm.
and you just get like, there's like a really beefy Sarrek who steps up and says, "All right, I'm cutting you off." You just get bounced out of Sarrek's mind.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
And I just step back, kind of like stunned, because at this point Aya has even delved into the mind of her own patron, so she's like a little bit like, and she's like, I did not realize such shallowness could have depth. The
Sarrek,
depths of your shallowness are unplumbable to me.
yeah, Sarrek grins at you in like a really uncomfortable way and winks.
Uncomfortable for Sarrek or uncomfortable for Aya?
Uncomfortable, I think, for Aya, because he knows that you've been in his head, but you couldn't go any further, and he like knows he won, and so it's like
For
smug.
everyone.
It's like smug and uncomfortable, and he
I
just
just
like
lean over to Aya and I'm like, maybe what's deep down in there is something none of us should see.
It's just, I don't wish that. I've delved into some dark minds, Ankara, and this was just titties, fruit, and weirdness. I don't even. And then, like almost as though coming to a realization, she like props up an eyebrow and says, "And worry. What weighs so heavy on your heart, dear Sarrek?"
Yeah, sorry. What's wrong?
well, there's a fruit vendor outside, and I've been wondering if they still have the same fruit, so I'm going to go look. And Sark like just leaves the cottage and like proceeds to go outside.
Shade. Amazing.
Ta.
I turn to the other two and I'm like, "There's something going on there."
Oh, I agree. I hate fruit vendors. Every time I buy fruit, it goes bad in like a day.
I love that you were able to sneak your real life complaint from this morning into the game. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you meant Sark.
Yes.
Melissa says, "Do you know Queen Dennett?"
He serves someone named Queen Tanith, from what I've gathered. He's not very sneaky.
And he is from the city of Ur.
Yes.
This is strange. If she mastered her necromantic arts, I suppose it is possible that she found a way to prolong her lifespan.
And this individual,
Or had a child.
I was gonna say,
You really jumped. How did you jump? Hold on.
and this individual usurped your rule, removed you from your throne.
She shrugs a little bit and then, sort of like does the hand wobble gesture. And she says, "I was growing popular with the citizenry of Ur, and many people would come hear me speak on issues of politics and culture. It grew to a point where some of the leaders of the citizenry began erecting statues in my honor, which was..." Yes, she nods at the face that you make, Aya.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Dennett, self-styled queen, of course, at that time, Ur was ruled by a council of leaders, a collection of the leaders of the noble houses of the city. Queen Dennett disliked the influence that I was developing with the citizenry of town, and she used her magics to put a terrible curse on me and then squalm me deep within the earth. It appears as though the spell may have had deeper effects than I originally thought. She sort of frowns.
Oh, cards on the table. I don't know what to do with this information.
Yeah. You must have really pissed her off.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, they just hire mercenaries to come in and just kill you all. So that's to harness a spell like that just for you. You must have done something. You must know something.
I was gonna say, yeah, you must have something she wants. She must have seen some future use for you in her nefarious plans.
Queen Dennett also always did prefer the personal approach to solving her problems.
So she wanted to torture you, because that makes way more sense.
I suppose being trapped in an underground chamber 10 feet by 10 feet for 300 years while being a skeleton but thinking that you're not a skeleton could be a form of torture.
Was that your neck cracking? Oh, that was your mic.
Oh,
honest to God, I thought you like cracked your neck.
So
like
I didn't hear anything, so I was like, what?
You just yeah.
Sorry, nothing happened here. No, like literally no sound was made in this room when I did that. I felt like a small animal being like, woo, and then you're like, what cracked?
I thought that was like your shoulders cracking. I was like, oh my God, Britt's dead.
Hold on, guys. Sorry. Oh no. What is she? Why would she do that? Why would she put her for 300 years at a thing as a skeleton, but thinking she's a person?
I'm gonna look at some
She
of our...
might
Is she
have
like
just
an ingredient or like a key of some sort for things? Like, did she put her down there to hide her from keeping her to...
she might have just forgot about her. Look, I'm not a noble, but a lot of nobles have paid me to do some fucked up shit, and most nobles don't think twice about people.
Trying to find...
Or there's more than meets the eye with this one.
Yeah. Trying to see what information we have on her. Other than she's a big part of the reason why the mirrors exist.
Why the mirrors exist that connect the cities was her.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been some
all
magic
of
stuff.
Inside?
Someone was teaching someone magic.
Are all of the mirrors inside?
Yeah.
All of the ones you've found so far are.
Yeah.
And all of the ones that you've heard rumor of are, because I think you also like got information from Leander.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, out of character. There's the first Darkling mirror we found in the wood in the what's the Arcanum Tower in the woods? What's it called? What's the name of the tower?
The Turim Arcanum.
Thank you. The Turim Arcanum.
I'm so excited.
And I wonder.
I'm so excited.
Well, Britt just reminded me that why this would be. They're all inside because the way they work is that they can't let the light of heaven shine upon their sins. I think that's something to do with that.
Yeah, I thought she was an.
Maybe that's just a
exactly
apophism of me marrying those things, but you immediately made me think of that.
Well, it just feels like the mirrors are basically like secret tunnels, and like, what do people use secret tunnels for, and like, why are they hiding and stuff? I don't really know.
Because they can't be seen by the sun.
Anti-sun. I wonder if she's like, is she like the final attack on the sun or something? Like she like supercharging her underground to like bring her up and like use her or something? I don't know. Who what value did she have, I guess?
Are you just like asking Melissa, like, why did she do this to you?
I guess, yeah. Like, why do you think she did this to you? Like, can you just tell us about your life more about what you did and like who you were?
They could have turned you into a sheep. You know, they could have just yeeted you to another plane
like,
of existence. They
could
have just killed you
and keep her thinking that she was safe. Like,
yeah.
Like she reiterates what she said about like developing a strong following among the citizenry of Ur, and like threatening the noble house's power by the citizenry uprising that was beginning to sort of like enshrine her as its leader. And like, she just says, I guess that she must have seen me as a threat. She was always a fairly ruthless person who would do what was necessary to eliminate the people in her way. If I had to speculate about why she didn't kill me, I'd say perhaps she didn't want to risk me becoming a martyr, and my vanishing was more politically expedient than having my dead body causing problems.
Yeah, that tracks.
Generally speaking, Ixtar's fourth Ensqualmation is a spell that you don't usually anticipate someone coming back from. It's supposed to be a one-way trip.
That makes sense then.
Wow.
Did something happen when she decided to do that to you? Was there like an inciting incident or event, or she just did it one day?
Well, she just did it one day, but I had given a speech a few days prior to the citizenry about a more egalitarian form of leadership and rulership. Something that would give every citizen a voice rather than only the wealthiest. You understand.
Oh, sure. That'll do it. Yeah, that'll put you in the ground. So maybe they just got rid of her because she was like leading the people to an uprising.
How much do you know about the leadership of Ire?
She sort of shakes her head and she says, "I'm terribly sorry. My general awareness is a little bit fuzzy. I know a couple of names. Queen Urbau. Is that ringing any bells?
Yes.
King Astafon?
Yes. Big bells. Ding, 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 ding.
Melkart?
At this point, you see I've turned around where I was like kind of cross-armed and annoyed near the door, and I'm like rushing towards Melissa with like an expediency like that's almost on all fours, kind of creepy Slenderman style.
That's distressing. And I was a skeleton. What can I help you with?
What? You gotta tell us everything.
Well, I don't know much. These are just names that I've heard and people who I have occasionally seen in my
that have
time.
Been around for 300 years.
And
guys, are we what timeline are we in? What is?
It all sort of bled together in a bleed of things. I remember some sort of priest or something leading his followers past my cage.
Hadrax?
And sorry?
Hadrax?
No, I think it started with a G.
Archbishop Glowick.
Yes, Glowick.
Okay,
and
murdered him. Continue.
He was talking about using the elevator to bring Melkart her tools, something like that.
What kind of tools?
I'm not sure, but he said the elevator would take
housing
there.
The housing scope? No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Can I, like, way out of character since I'm not even in the room? Question.
Yes.
Are we able to decipher how time flows? Because I know there's a time outside of the bubble. There is time in the bubble. There is mention of a lot more days and years than we think. Can we ask someone about that? Like, it feels like a major plot point that a 300-year-old skeleton lady is like, yeah, no, all these people were alive. Just throwing it out there.
It was she was alive when they were, which was 300 years ago.
Right.
Which is what we're kind of in.
Also, she's telling you about what she knows about the rulership of the city of Ire. And if you question just a little bit, it's clear that she's trying to talk about figures that might be recognizable to you. So, like, it's not like, oh yeah, I know who's leading Ire now 300 years ago. It's these people. No, that's not what's going on. if you ask her about what Ire was like back, 300 years ago, she kind of laughs and says, "Oh, a shitty dump, the shittiest, just a terrible, shitty
Gotcha.
dump."
So the implication is not time, but in fact, when she was underground, all these people that are currently involved in the politics of Ire were like, "Hey, skeleton, bye, skeleton," like walking by. So she has interactions
like
with them.
either like people like spelunked and were talking, or like met her and had tea with her,
Gotcha.
or like someone.
Why they
was
be
walking
doing that
by
though?
and having-
Why they be doing that though, Steven? That's weird. That's a little dilly dilly.
Y'all did it.
Yeah, but
True,
like,
we did do that.
wasn't all right? Yeah, you're right.
Who would have tea with this woman?
I mean,
Smash cut.
and Kara.
Party of 4, having tea with Melissa underground.
All right.
Sarrek, while the trio here are interrogating Melissa in the witch's hut, while the witch cackles in the background and takes selfies for Instagram. What are you doing?
Oh, they're doing video now.
That's
she's
true. Yeah,
she's not gonna get very far.
World Star. Yeah. She was a skeleton. World Star. Is that some of the kids do? Anyway, you want to know what I'm up
to answer your question about time flow, I think you've heard enough, you've pieced together enough to know that like some of the people you've encountered here inside the time dome have been living enough days inside the time dome to account for something like 700 years or something ridiculous like that. You all, of course, have only been here for, something like 12 days or something.
Okay. Do they, the people who have lived 700 years,
Yep.
do they recognize it as such, or do they, I mean, like, from our experiences, they just are like, nah.
I think they recognize that, like, if they really went back and counted, they would feel bad about how many days they counted as just like being trapped in an endless loop of doing the same thing over and over and over. I don't think that they would specifically all tell you exactly how many days it's been, or not all of them have like that conscious reference of like, it's been 700 years. But like, their awareness of time passing is not obfuscated. Like, they do know.
Yeah.
So you're asking what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just sent you that message. I'm shopping for fruit and bread.
Huh. Yep. That's definitely all easy enough to find here in this Dahaka settlement. There's a fruit vendor who like sweeps aside his cloak.
I feel like secret messages were exchanged between the player and the DM, but
I don't know what you're talking about. Reveals like a serpentine dagger hanging from around his neck and like shows you all the fruits under the cloak and then closes it really quickly.
Yeah.
It's like a bread vendor who like opens a cloak and reveals like a beautiful like steaming loaf of bread and then closes it. And then opens it back and there's just a dagger there instead.
Oh. Sark is very amused by the display. And is just like, excellent. Yes. That will do.
Cuckish rogues. I hate cuckish rogues.
I think for all of the fruit and bread that you are looking to buy, it's going to be 100 gold coins.
That's a lot.
I mean,
that's whole food prices.
Sark gladly pays.
Yeah, we see Sarrek like take a pouch of gold coins and press it into the like ermine gloved palm of a cloaked figure who slips it into his belt and then takes out a dagger and then puts the dagger away and takes out a loaf of bread and hands it over to Sarrek.
It's a brown paper bag. And he's like, reach inside to get your bread.
Yeah.
But Sarrek has learned better.
There's blood dripping from the bottom of the bag.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Since it's been about an hour, it's probably about time for us to take a 5-minute break. And when we come back, we can pursue the mystery of Melissa or whatever.
Into it.
Excellent. All right. Well, we shall return in one hot sec. Stay tuned. We'll see you then. Whoop. Hello, everybody. We're back. Whoop, boop. Hey. Let's jump back into it. The highest quality.
What? Oh, there may be no sound.
There's sound. I can. I don't know what happened, but you're.
What?
They say
fine.
we can't hear Steven. Now we can. Muted.
Now we can.
Side
There's
eyes.
sound.
There it is.
There's sound.
He
There's
came.
sound.
Hi, everybody.
Wasn't me. It wasn't me.
All I was doing was summarizing what we had gotten up to so far, which was Jesse bought some bread, and the rest of the crew is interrogating Melissa about what she knows and why she was imprisoned. What else do y'all want out of Melissa? Aya, Kairos, and Kar.
You could lead us back to this elevator you speak of?
She nods and then she says, I don't think that I can lead you there because I only heard the Archbishop talking about it as he led his party past my chambers. I think he said that near the library there's an elevator that goes straight to Melkart's quarters. He talked about her storage chambers.
No,
But
that's valuable because we know how to get to the library.
I don't know any more than that.
The aerial assault was a little bit of a failure, right, team? I think we can all agree on that. We were already softened up by the time we got to Melkart. But if we can sneak our way directly into her quarters using the library elevator, which we've already made use of, well, then there's less things in our path, right?
Sounds right to me.
Mhm.
And we can check up on Ava at the barricade camp, the second camp, because there's another camp there.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know better. That sounds like a plan.
All right,
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
do this.
Trying to
Okay.
think of anything else we need.
So are the three of you just like charging out like, yes, to the library, to the elevator?
Are we just leaving Melissa there with the witches?
Oh, yeah.
What's happening? Where
She
do you want to go?
She says, "Oh, well, the Witch of the Woods has taken such good care of me so far. I think I quite like it here."
See, we replaced your bird with the princess.
she cackles like, "Yes."
Well, okay. I guess we'll come back and visit later.
"Please do bring me more princesses. They have such an interesting understanding of religion. Now, Melissa, you were telling me about."
Perfect. Okay, so let's go to the library.
The three of you push the bead curtains aside.
As we're leaving, I give both of them like hugs that
Do
they
we-
obviously don't want.
Melissa just sticks her arms straight out behind your neck.
Get out of here. We're talking. Just like, done.
So we probably want to go to the second encampment first, right?
Mm.
We probably want to see if there is a bonfire or something like that there.
Hmm.
Smack that, and then
And we've spent
out.
like 3 people there. We have a lead on where Praetorio's brother is, but we weren't able to follow up on that lead.
Questorio was found. I thought we know that Questorio's in the second encampment.
Okay. So let's so then let's go there.
Mm.
Am I
So-
mistaken?
First of all, Sarrek, you wanted to bring your goods back to the team, right?
Yeah.
Please give me a bringing the goods back to the team roll.
Okay.
I think probably sleight of hand is appropriate for this.
Sure.
Oh no.
Why
You
can't
need a
I?
bag.
These limes. These. We both went at the same.
Yeah.
I can't
Sorry,
hold all these limes.
You tell me what this failure looks like. It's the worst possible failure, but you get to tell me what that means for Sarrek here.
Yeah, Sarrek comes walking back with a bundle of goods in his hands, and the bead curtains opens, and all three of his comrades walk right into him, and everything he's holding drops to the floor. And because it's a treehouse, falls like through the cracks in the wood, and all that just like down to the surface below. And he looks at it and then looks up at them and is like, cool.
So Sarrek, do you imagine this happening so quickly that nobody can see what the things were?
I mean, I guess they would have to roll for it to see if they see all the like weird fruits and shit that he got.
That's fair. Yeah.
What does it smell like?
Almonds.
Yeah, like breads and fruits and nuts and
Yeah.
stuff.
That marzipan?
No marzipan.
Marzipan.
We're in like a forest.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Okay, you just like chuck all of your goods up into the air, and then they clatter down and all fall through the cracks in the floor down below. There's
Okay.
like one piece of like steaming raisin bread sitting on.
Can I try to roll a save to see if I can like catch everything, or can I do like a ninja like Spider-Man?
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, unfortunately, I mean, like I put the failure in your hands, right? Like I think the consequences here are like being discovered or failing at what you wanted to do or like whatever.
I
And I'll
just
let you
wanted to bring
choose.
fruit and vegetables to my friends. So
Yeah.
sadly, they all fell to the floor.
Unfortunately, you were unable to bring fruit and vegetables to your friends. I'm
Damn.
sorry, Sark. You're gonna have to try again later.
Well, later on, I will have to give it a shot. You're right.
Cool. Yes. Then, now that the party is reunited, both in physicality and in clarity of purpose, where are the four of you going?
I just want to say I really love it when we have a plan.
I do too.
It's such a liminal time where we know where we want to do.
Okay.
So, you don't exactly know where this second encampment is. It's somewhere inside of the palace.
Mhm.
When you were down in the depths in the like worship hall of the
Metaphorically.
Dahak people, they described it as being on one of the floors up above, so you know that it's higher than that. But other than that, you're not aware. Ava knew where it was, and she was going to lead you there, but you sent her off into the woods at random with Marshmallow, and we're going to hear how that went when we get back to the moon. As far as libraries go, you're aware of two. There's the Sacred Library, which is right next to an elevator, but it's the elevator that you've already been to, and nobody mentioned it going to Melkart's chambers. And then there's the Profane Library, which is like down in the depths below the cathedral halls in the catacombs. And if we remember, when you went down through the elevator into the catacombs, there were 3 sarcophagi on the walls and 1 empty spot where it looked like a sarcophagi had been, and footsteps leading up to the wall, and Ankara turned into a rhinoceros and slammed through the wall. And then you followed her down a tight hallway to an elevator at the end.
Sorry.
I think it's that elevator.
That's an elevator that you didn't experiment with or go.
That was the one we just completely ignored.
Yes.
Maybe we should go to that one.
Trying to figure out the best way to get
Yeah.
there using my Dark Souls brain.
I do believe there was a Darkling mirror. No, shit, it was a bonfire. It was a bonfire in the cathedral is actually how we got there.
There's a Darkling mirror in the depths that you activated to get out.
We did!
It was in the mausoleum area where there were those
moats.
weird moats.
Yeah, right.
You animated the bone dust into skeletons that attacked you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make a map. I need to make a mind map of all of them.
We have the rumored location of Darkling Mirror's document, and it's the Great Throne Hall, the Ossuary, the Floating Spire Observatory, Queen Tanith of Ur's visiting chambers, and the Nazoon Godhead.
It was the Ossuary. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder what some of these other ones are. Is this on top of the ones we've already found, Stephen?
I think at the time that you asked Leander for this information, you hadn't discovered any of these.
Okay, so
now
this include the one in the Blood Ooze chamber, the one in the frozen, the kitchen or whatever it was, the freezing room, and then the one in the
Patriarch's house.
Yeah, the Colosseum. Because those are the other three.
All right, we'll do this a different time. I'll map them all out. But right now, okay, all right, what are we?
So Ossuary is the one we need. And there's a Darkling mirror behind us in the Mage Tower, so that's probably the closest one.
So we have to go through the forest a little bit.
We cleared it on the way here. So it should be
10 feet away.
Yeah, if we come back in the by the same routes we went, it should be fairly straightforward, right? No.
Yeah, I think you originally went way over here, something like that, and then you went way back here. The only encounter that you've faced out in the woods so far was the Knights of Astafon just down below the town. So I think you generally feel pretty clear about these hexes here.
Yeah, there's undead. Okay, so let's go that. Yeah, let's just head back. And we can outrun the undead. They're pretty slow.
Cool. Who's leading the group? Is it Inkara still?
Not me.
Sure.
All right. Let's flip horizontal.
I think our marching order is ECAT.
ECAS.
ECAS.
Very cool. Chief side. We're down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Choose. Cool. Awesome. So, Inkara, it's a smooth trek through the forest. Nothing untoward occurs. You know, it's got that heady, loamy scent of long, rotten under forest floor kicking up at your feet, and you're pushing aside vines that seem to curl back from your touch in order to let you pass, and then immediately slap back into place to catch Kairos in the face. You make it to the Turim Arcanum with no problem. The zombies out front are all dead, and they stay dead as you walk past them. And you push open the door to the ground floor of the tower, head down the spiral staircase, bypassing the brightly lit upward stair, into the prison chamber down below with all of the arcane implements hanging from the ceiling. And on the back wall of that prison chamber, you do see a Darkling mirror, a strange black sheet of glass that looks like it has more depth than it could possibly have, hanging on the wall here. And you notice, of course, that none of you have reflections when you stand in front of it. I assume that you fix your destination in your mind and then head in?
Yes.
Cool.
Do we know what will happen if we didn't fix our mind before going in?
We'll have to try it sometime. It's a quick way to teleport to the moon, Kairos. Awesome. Yeah, you step through and you find yourselves in that strange liminal space, just an endless gray expanse where, straight out ahead of you, there's a black stone bridge that ends at another darkling mirror in front of you. And then off to the sides and in the distance above and below and at strange other angles to you, you can see other paired doors with bridges connecting between them. In the middle of the bridge, approximately 20 feet in front of you, there's a small scintillating rift with a fine sparkling powder drifting out of it.
I grab it.
Amazing. Let's see. I gotta click this button. Yep, roll Flux Rift. Book. You get 8 arcane flux, and all of you benefit from a long rest.
I have such good luck with these. I cannot even, I don't know how. I've got 20 strength multiple times.
Incredible.
Not even once, like multiple times I have gotten 20 to a stat of my choosing. It's crazy, which is why Aya doesn't even think twice about it. Well, I think last time Sarrek touched this rift, he took like 20 lightning damage. Ants came out of his ass or something. But when I touch it, it's like, you're like really buff now. And I'm like, oh, cool.
I've never touched a rift. Not once.
Yeah, you have.
No, I would never. I'm not an idiot. No.
Yeah.
I would never touch a rift. Why are you putting this on me?
And
just because you think about me often.
Back, you're fully healed.
Just because Sarrek's on your mind.
All of your
on my mind.
Healing surges. You have all of your hit dice back. I'm thinking 4th edition. All of your wild shapes return, of course. Just everything resets. Good job.
And Tropic Ward is back. I think the only thing that doesn't recharge is my wand.
That's not where I want you to be. I want you to be here. Yes, your wand only recharges when you return to the moon. So not on a long rest.
Okay, cool. So those don't recharge.
And then I need to go to the moon so that I can update your flux counter. You now have 29 flux.
Does my company standard refresh on a long rest or back on the moon?
Ooh, good question. I wonder if there's anything in the text. Let's take a look.
That's all I wrote. Oh, wait, you have an actual document for this one. I should have done that before asking.
An actual document? I mean, I only have the document. Yes.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that's just what I copied out. Okay.
I thought that's what it was. Yeah. So let me think. Sarrek has these assassin's gloves that let him do assassiny things. True. Kairos has this standard which has charges. Aya has charges, and Kara has the torque to the shifter that lets her do the things all the time. I think that your class-specific magic items recharge on a long rest.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I think that Aya's Cloak of the Raven Mantle, and Kairos' Standard of the Legion are both recharged to 3 charges. And that also qualifies for the shard that you can crush and gain the benefits of a long rest within a short rest. Cool.
Perfect.
Let's see. The 4 of you step out through the distant darkling mirror, and you're in the ossuary, a place that you recognize and can remember because you've been there and are looking at it right now, but I can't describe for you yet, so let's take a look at that. Oh, this is the depths, not the catacombs. Wait a minute, is it a different document? My standards for how I record information about places have changed dramatically over the course of running this game. These days, I try to put almost everything like onto the actual map that I'm running from. Recent document. Yes, I would love to tell you about this. Oh, that's because all of the palace compound is in one single document. So We have solved the mystery. Cool. Before you, you see a huge hall filled with sarcophagi, niches, coffins, etc. The ceiling is arched and vaulted. There are dark, shimmering moats that sort of sparkle in the air with purple-black energy. And I think I remember that that Aya, you like tried to arcana these to like control them or something, and you scooped them up into a bottle, right? Aya, give me a perception check. It's just to see if you notice something interesting.
You're muted.
You don't. There's a moat that's like near you and drifting closer to you, and you're a little bit too distracted by that to notice anything else going on here in the room. Now, exits from this room. I think the exits from this room shape basically an L. So straight ahead of you is like an arched doorway with beautiful stonework that just leads to an empty hall that curves and winds around. And to the right is a large ornate double door that you remember as leading to the royal tomb, where it was that like spiral down into the earth with all of the statues. And in fact, standing here, just having stepped out of the darkling mirror, you can hear very faintly the sound of a pickaxe. Tink, 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 coming through that big ornate door to your right. Off to your right is, of course, that royal tomb and the profane library that you burnt down the last time you were down here. And on the floor is that big, thick rubber cable that was, leading through these spaces some. Real quick, immediately, the thing that is pressuring you the most right now is that Aya, this black moat of purple energy, is drifting closer to you. And you remember what happened last time is when it reached you, it like burst in an explosion and also resurrected a whole bunch of the bone dust into skeletons that attacked you.
I am going to dive underneath it and try to avoid touching them.
Awesome, cool. So you're like
laser trap style.
Yeah, awesome.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes, give me a acrobatics. It sounds like you're trying to angle for. You dive under this one, and as soon as you do, you hear it emit a sound, sort of like a shriek. And then you hear from inside of your cloak a pair of answering. And this moat that was drifting towards you starts streaking towards you, and 3 others from across the room start streaking towards you as well. You're barely able to stand up before they all collide with you and burst into an explosion of necrotic energy. Let's see.
Can we do anything to help, or are we just watching this happen? Are we just like, oh, that happened?
You want to respond with rapidity?
I mean, no. Obviously, I don't want to be near it. If we can watch Ankara be eaten alive by rats, we can do anything. I'm just curious. If this is like a thing we can stop from happening, or if no matter what, it's just like, this is it.
So Sarrek, as Sarrek, and especially as Sarrek, you think it would be very easy to dodge and avoid these things. That's the only method that you can think of for like stopping these things. You could try to like grab Aya and like spin her out of the way, or like run real close and distract the things into chasing after you, and then use your natural evasiveness to like just straight up dodge them all. Those are the ways that come to mind when Sarrek thinks like, how can I avoid this problem right here?
Oh, damn it. Sarrek will do it. I'm gonna try and grab Aya and twirl her out of the way.
Awesome. Give me a DC 16 dexterity check.
Oh, that's a save. Sorry.
That's fine. Save works fine here, especially for Sarrek. Like, for anybody else, this would be super challenging. But Aya, you like dive down on the floor under this thing. It starts shrieking towards you. The thing that you have in the bottle that you saved from last time is like shrieking in resonance and drawing everything closer to you. You see them all streaking towards you. We see a flash of purple energy, just poof. And when we look up, Aya is gone because Sarrek has grabbed her by the arm and swooped her out of the way, deftly dodging all of the streaks coming in her direction.
And he resisted my mind meld. My core beliefs of how the world functions have been shaken today.
Yeah, Sark gives you the exact same smile and wink. The exact same one.
I suffer psychic damage.
Yeah, nice. That was like most of the ones in the room. There are two more floating next to the open doorway straight across from you. And the one that you've got in the bottle under your cloak is still like shrieking, and you can hear the tinking sound of something like impacting the side of the glass. Like as if there's like a really large insect that's like flying against the glass in there.
That is interesting. I want to look at it, but I feel like right now is not the time. So, I'm gonna throw the jar to see if they follow it, and then Raven Mantle and catch it on the other side.
Oh my god.
That's incredible. So wait. You're trying to throw the jar past the pair of moats and then like teleport to catch it on the other side?
Yeah, to confuse them.
So it seems like the moats that are floating in the air here are attracted to your jar. So what are you hoping to accomplish?
Moving through them so they take a bunch of damage.
Cool. Yep. All right. Yeah, of course. Cool. I think that you can just do this.
Okay.
This is super cool. I like it. It's within the confines of all of the equipment that you have. So you toss the jar. It goes spinning through the air in like slow-mo. We see like an angry purple demon face like pressed up against the glass as it goes spinning past the camera. And then Aya just goes teleporting, exploding into a cloud of black feathers, streaking through the air, smashing her way through the two purple moats, landing in the doorway, recoalescing into real form, and then catching the jar in one hand. Done. The pair of purple moats evaporate in the air.
Cool. And then I give Sarrek a wink and a smile.
And Sark is like, all right. I'm like, okay, cool.
Awesome. So let's see the pathway that you're on now, Aya, winds its way through the earth. It's all well-wrought stone, so it's not a raw carved passageway or anything like that, but it winds its way through the earth until it ends back at the transit elevator, where I think if I recall correctly, there's a trio of coffins standing up on the wall with like a trio of what is it? There's objects scattered around the room, a wicked-looking ornate sword, a woven cornucopia with porcelain fruit, and a ship in the bottle. And the coffins are inscribed with text at the bottom of them. King Marduk, the unifying king, Queen Eanna of the Nine Waves, Queen Ishtana of plentiful bounty. At the far end of this room, There's like a large like metal grating that covers an elevator space, and the like rubber cord snakes out of the hallway that you just came down, snakes across the room to the elevator in front of you, and then like ascends up the side of one of the walls. However, on the left-hand side of this room, as you're looking at it now, there's a spot where a fourth sarcophagus would be, where the wall is shattered into a dozen pieces with cracks spreading out everywhere, and like big, impressive rhinoceros footprints in the dust on the floor, leading to another smaller, like narrower hallway leading back into the bowels of the earth. What do you do?
We need to take the elevator we didn't take last time.
Yeah, the smaller one.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like how we just totally ignored the second encampment, by the way.
Well, you don't know exactly where it is or how to find it.
So we were like, forget that step. We're just going directly to the library.
We know it's up a floor, but we don't actually know where it is.
Isn't this one of the elevators that's in like Poland that just it constantly is like cycling and there's no door to it? Am I misremembering
we have to like
that?
step on it to like time it correctly. That
Yeah.
terrifying elevator. Yeah, I'm sure that's.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? That seems like a liability.
Total Demon Souls elevator energy.
Yeah.
So, when considering heading to this second, smaller elevator, who's leading the charge? Last time it was Ankara Rhinoceros.
I mean, as soon as we get off this, okay, so team, quick huddle.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming we do this right, we're going to wind up right into like the bedroom or something, or like the boudoir of friggin' Melkart, right?
We did just get a long rest. We weren't anticipating that.
Yeah. So, if we're going to be prepared for battle, do we still want Ankara in the front?
No, you can be in the front.
Like wild shaped, ready to go? Like right off the bat?
That works too.
Well, the
I was
only
thinking
thing
about Alpha striking.
I can go in, but I don't think I should wild shape until we get in there and see what's going on, because
All right.
if I do the wrong one, it'll basically be useless to
Okay.
us.
All right.
But I'm okay with going first, yeah. And I mean, if I have to, I can always just like
Okay.
cast a wall of fire to like give us a moment to think.
We're gonna
So,
okay.
that's
we're
fine.
We're gonna e-cast it.
Send in the tank. I've got my 96 hit points ready to go.
Incredible.
Let's do it.
I don't like the way Eric said boudoir, but
Boudoir.
What would be the right way to
Fair.
say it? Hold on, time out. What would
Oh,
be-
I was like, I thought he said it in a way that sounded like when he said it, I was like, wow, that sounded so like normal coming out of Eric's mouth. Like if I was like, or his boudoir, like people would be like, what?
How would you say it, Bronze? Like what would make you comfortable?
I wouldn't. I would say we're gonna be in Melkart's bedroom.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Ron's there, like, we're gonna be where Melkart sleeps. That's where we're going.
Even though I'm wearing a
I
house
would have called it a boudoir too.
I still feel like I would have been like, we're gonna be in that girl's bedroom.
A boudoir.
Well, I imagine that the bedroom is a little more luxurious. It's definitely got one of those like lace panel things, you know what I'm talking about? And like
I agree.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
and like some sort of tropical plant, and like obviously an incense. Like it's a boudoir. It's not a bedroom.
Yes.
No,
it definitely
it's where Melkart leaves her boots at night.
Oh, you mean
I
a
imagine
boudoir?
we will come out into where Melkart takes bubble baths.
Oh,
and
I got a
plashes in his
boudoir
silken
too.
bathrobe.
Bronze and I's imagination of Melkart's boudoir is a lot gayer than yours, Eric.
Just
fair.
because there's some stuff in there doesn't mean it's a booter.
Booter.
Boudoir.
Oh shoot, we're gonna come out into Melkart's booter.
I don't want to be involved in this game anymore. Any talk of booter is like can't wait to get in that booter.
All right, let's get in there.
No.
All
No.
right. So
We're going in.
That's a nice
We're
booter
entering,
right
we're
there.
entering the booter.
Oh, we're gonna be all up in that booter. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get me some
The
of that
booter
booter.
does sound like something someone would use on a farm.
Yeah.
Oh no, Phil's just fixing the booter before I gotta get it out there. Like that sounds.
Oh, what's that? You need to take a bath? Why don't you use my booter? I got a silk bathrobe you can use.
I don't want to go in any booters. I had a cousin who spent some time in a booter. Not okay. Let me tell you. A booter sounds like a fake thing that exists in a sci-fi movie. But like, you know, a sci-fi movie where robots run a farm. You
have
gotta get the booter going.
Recapitulate to the booter.
Okay, if it's a machine though, what does it sound like when it's turned on?
The machine, when it gets turned on, it goes, howdy. Right?
No, it just does that while you're using it the whole time.
I was gonna say,
howdy, howdy.
What a shitty machine.
Yeah, this booter's working just fine.
Oh, this booter's doing great. Boss said don't buy a booter on discount, but I said it's worth the price. Let me tell you, this booter does a great job. Howdy.
Converter at Toshi Station.
Uncle Owen. Luke, you'll play with that booter and you'll like it. Aw, jeez.
Cut off my hand.
I'm gonna go kiss my sister.
What? What?
Sorry,
Did
it
this
happens in the
respect?
movie.
Go watch the movie.
The first person he kisses is his sister. That's all I'm saying.
As
I
the
think
four of you
it
stand
messed with
around
him.
We're
debating
going
the
in.
finer-
Get us into the booter, Stephen. Hurry.
debating the finer merits of Star Wars. You reach the elevator. As the four of you continue debating the finer merits of Star Wars, you step onto the elevator, and there's a huge button in the middle, of course. It ka-chunks down as someone steps onto it, and then the elevator begins rising. It rises for the entire 8 minutes that you are having a conversation about the finer points of Star Wars.
In game? For
In
some
game.
reason? Right, but in our world, Star Wars was actually an intergalactic battle that happened a millennia ago, and it's just fascinating history. Like, remember when we had ships? Spaceships? Like, I wonder what that was
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
There was the moon invasion. That's
This is
canonical.
a Dying Earth
Yeah.
fantasy game, so like it's entirely appropriate that Star Wars was literally history at some point. Yeah. The elevator stops, and right in front of you is a closed, like, iron door that clearly has a handle on one side and is like attached to rails at the top and bottom so that it can slide to the side. What do you do?
I
Open it up.
would like to sneak in. I push my way forward. I'm like, don't worry, I've got this. And
Okay.
I'd like to use my sneaky powers, if I may.
Go
Roll
away.
your sneaky powers.
Can I actually just roll sneak? Or
Yeah.
stealth? Sorry.
Yeah, that's what it means to roll your sneaky powers.
Excellent.
25. Sarrek is like, let me handle this, and then he just fucking vanishes.
What?
Like, it's like
Batman.
watching The Predator, just like.
I'm very trustworthy, don't worry.
Yeah, you slide this sliding door open very slightly, slip out through the crack, and slide it back closed behind you. You are in a dimly lit circular hallway that circles around the central like elevator space. You turn to the right, and sort of like a quarter turn around the circle, you see a staircase going up, and coming, well, at the top of this staircase, you see a white and glowing wall of fog. And you can continue seeing around the corner of the room. The staircase only occupies a portion of the hallway. But if you look to the left, a quarter turn around the circle to the left, there is a mirrored staircase, but instead of going up, it goes down. And there's no wall of fog. There's no signs of exterior light. There don't appear to be any exits from this hallway that you can see other than the elevator that you just came in through. However, the dim light in here is coming from a series of, like, they're not precious gemstones. They're more like beads of glass that are set into the wall with lines carved between them. And I think I might even have a
This is
handout.
very Conan last scene vibes. Where, like,
think I
the
might
music
even
in the
have-
background is like does not
The
fit a
orgy
Conan
music.
movie. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It has that kind of vibe.
These are the symbols that you see inscribed on the wall, and each one of those is glowing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll a D2. On a 1, I will investigate these symbols and see if I know them. On a 2, I will be immediately drawn to the mirrors as Sarrek would be.
We're gonna come out into Mount Carthbooter.
Yeah, Sarrek goes over to the symbols, and can I roll to see if I recognize any of them, or are they constellations that we know? Is that like, oh yes, this is Bobby the fish. Bobby the fish. That's what I came up with. Bobby the fish.
Give me a history check.
Certainly. History. I'm educated as shit.
Yeah, totally. You are educated as shit. All right, let me like bring this over here so that I can bring this over here so that I can look at these things side by side. Yes. Okay, cool. In order, Sarrek, you recognize these constellations. These are constellations that many people would recognize.
You about to make me write down notes. Hold on.
The
Bronx, you
horse,
writing down notes? Might have to write
the
down
snake.
notes.
the sad emoji.
All right.
Sad emoji.
Well, here we go. Notes.
So
bow.
here's the 12 images here are number 1, upper left-hand corner, the lamb. Top center,
The lamb or the land?
The lamb. Bah.
Gotcha.
The lamb, the axe, the serpent. Second row, the plow, the arm, the drake. Third row, the lion.
Hold on, stop! You're so fast. Arm.
I'm gonna paste this into chat for you, so you don't
Nope,
have
it's
to.
too late. Drake. I'm already doing it. Next row.
Next row, the lion, the great fish, the moon. Bottom row, the sun, the bow, the crown.
Thank you. Also, it's great fish, obviously, not Okay, we're good now. I love you again.
Excellent. As you're investigating Sarrek, you see like you're like wandering around and looking at all of the constellations. So these are the 12 constellations that are associated with the zodiac signs of the Sunfall Cycle world. As you go around, sort of like behind the door to the elevator, there is another door, not on the inner wall, but instead on the outer wall.
Pardon?
So think about it. There's like the elevator circle, and there's a door that like, hang on, wait.
I was about to say, can we draw this on a map? Like, can we draw this on the screen on our little...
I'm going to do you one better.
My man.
I'm going to do you one better, Sarrek. I just have to obscure something first. Cool.
Don't know that I like
Obscured.
that.
Yeah. Objects and tokens. Come over to this screen.
Boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, there it goes.
And I'll grab a little Sarrek to show you where you are.
Excellent. Thank you. But, like, not little.
A little tiny Sarrek.
No,
There he is.
little.
It's really small.
Quite average, honestly. Anyway.
Cool. So yeah, over here on this side of the wall, there is a door that
Let me
seems to
zoom
lead
in on
into a
this.
space that's outside of the hall, the corridor that you are in. The other 3 are, of course, still in.
Okay, so just to, like, set this up, I don't like how the rest of them are bigger than me. I'm not a,
What are you talking about? There's normal-sized them and a little Sarrek.
Anyway, so this right here is, I assume this is the international going up symbol.
Yes, this is the stair that's going up. This is the stair that's
going down. And then if I ignore it and like go across, I can end up going into here and it will lead me in this area.
Yep, this doorway right here leads into the elevator, and that's where the other three are.
Gotcha. So I came out. So this area leads out to here, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And then all around this is the symbols just around here.
Yeah, so the symbols are inscribed on the outer wall of this ring that you're in right now.
Are they in would is this easily recognizable as like sort of you know how sometimes you'll see when it comes to like our astrology stuff, like a sky map or some type of like, you know, common, this is the way it's always, this is how they're always symbolized, or you know, like that kind of nonsense?
Yeah, these are the standard constellation symbols.
Right, but I mean, like, is it like, yes, if you look to the northwest, you would see this? Like that kind of, like, is it aligned in a way that, like, makes sense, or is it just there for art purposes?
You mean, like, the placement of the symbols on the wall, do they correspond to the placement of these constellations in the Celestial Dome?
Yes.
I think yes.
Okay. All right, let's see. That changes things, because I don't, who knows? This could be like some wacky-ass spell tower. Who knows what's going on here? Okay, I will snoop through the door. I'll just like and snooch a little peek.
So the door is a lot like these inscribed and glowing sigils on the wall. You know from Lord of the Rings when the door to Moria like lights up with the moonlight that strikes it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that. And so like you push and you prod, give me a like sleight of hand check for like trying to pick a lock or manipulate a device or something like that.
Sure. Nope.
Yeah. You don't do great, but that's partly because you can't see any mechanisms to interact with. There's very obviously a door here. You can even see the thin sliver of crack
Would
in the
saying
stone.
melon help?
Melon. No, but you might have the accent wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was melon. I'm pretty sure it was speak melon and enter. I'm pretty sure. All right.
And Kara, you haven't heard from Sarrek in a while. What are the three of you doing?
I had to get the sense that Sarrek's dead.
I get the sense that Sarrek's probably confused.
Yeah, but that could mean anything. He's always confused.
Exactly.
But he's alive then.
We should probably follow regardless.
Yeah, I'll just go in.
Okay.
Cool. Yep, the three of you pull the door open. There's a click as you grab the handle and slide the door to the side. You step out, let go of the door, and it just slowly slides back into place and then clicks back into place.
Open the door. Did you find the booter?
Sarrek like appears right in front of them. Like, actually, no.
Amazing.
What'd you find?
Well, I'm sure as you can see, there's delightful.
Yeah, they're not complete, Sarrek. So I'm sure you have to draw the lines.
What do you mean they're not complete?
They're not complete, right?
Do I recognize these as not complete, Stephen?
Sarrek, you recognize these as complete constellations.
Sarrek like looks at you and like looks at you up at like gives you the exact same smile and wink. He's like, certainly not complete. Do tell.
What? Aren't there? These
No,
don't look like anything. All the dots aren't connected.
Well, actually, that's incorrect. This, you see, that's the lamb, and that's the
It looks
axe.
nothing like a lamb.
That one over there is the bow. Well, it's supposed to be your imagination. I know.
Take your finger and connect two of the dots to make like a weird misshapen head. That looks like a lamb.
Which one are you touching? The lamb? Are you touching the lamb?
Yeah.
You touch it, and all of the stars in the constellation glow brightly.
What did you do?
Idiot.
But there's no line that gets drawn or anything like that. It's just that when you touch your finger to it, it starts glowing dark.
It doesn't matter.
What did you do?
I touched
ridiculous.
it.
And that, I think, is probably where we should end today's show.
What'd you do?
Some of this is definitely bleed because when I was young, the first time I learned about constellations was just me going, that looks nothing like...
They don't look anything like anything. It's true.
Entire time, and I had to bring that into Aya's character. Like, that looks nothing like a lamb.
I drew these constellations to intentionally look nothing like anything because real world constellations look nothing like the thing.
Well, time out. The crown kind of has a crown vibe. The fish definitely looks like a fish.
Okay, the fish.
Some of them.
Yeah, but
First
most
off,
of them, like, how's that a lion? That looks nothing like a lion.
I mean, like people
It
look
looks
different.
a little more like a booter.
2,000 years ago, people like look different though. Like, it's fine. A lot more sky booter. Okay, well, I guess that's it for us. Let's go around this screen and find out who we're up to while I go search and see if there's artwork. Whoop. Hey, Britt, what's going on with you this week?
Not much. Just working on some little projects of my very own that no one's paying me to do, and I don't have to follow anybody's rules for it. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna take Sean out for a birthday day on Saturday. So I'm planning.
Wait, what?
It was his birthday on the 27th, but he was in Vegas. We're doing Sean birthday day on Saturday.
So, speaking of birthdays, mine's on Friday.
Happy birthday, Steven! Yay! Wait, I need to put this in the calendar so I never forget. I need everyone's birthdays. Steven's B-Day. Yeah, I'm going to the beach on Sunday, and then what I'm really excited about actually is on the 11th, which I think is almost a couple days from now. I think it's Tuesday. But on the 11th, Virgin Galactic is launching into space with Unity Crew 22 at 6 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. And Sarisha Bandla is a woman who I actually went to high school with, and like we're still Facebook friends. We don't chat anymore, but she's actually the VP of Government Affairs for Virgin Galactic, and she is the second Indian-born woman ever to be going into space. So I'm just really excited that like I knew her ever at all. I always really looked up to her because obviously she's brilliant. She's a really nice person, and she's just like achieving a lot of cool shit. So
do you still talk to this person? Are you like actual?
No,
like...
I mean we're Facebook friends and stuff, and we have mutual friends.
But
so,
like, could you talk to this person?
I mean, she probably wouldn't have. I imagine she wouldn't have time for a casual conversation.
I mean, like like a few months from now. All I'm saying is, as a person who is forced to be on a show about paranormal and ufology stuff, could you just, I don't know, reach out and say, hey, did you see an alien? And when she says no, just report back to me so I can go back to my show and be like, It ain't real, you big dummies.
I'll see if she'll tell me.
This is just really important for me. Yeah, if you could like get that
you know
information.
What? Yeah, the big thing about Sarisha's trip to space is getting that answered for you.
You gotta ask, hey, would you tell me if you saw an alien? And then when she just says no, you can just be like, no, she didn't see that.
Here's the thing.
Didn't say she didn't see one.
To go into space since Kalpana Chawla. You're not going to ask her if UFOs are real.
No.
Yes, you are. That's the first thing you should ask. That's the most important
I'm not asking her.
That's the most important. You think you're going to be like, oh, what's it like to be in space? Everyone
Jesse,
asks that question.
I'm not asking her. What I'm doing right now is
why are you part of the cover-up, Britt? Why are you part of the cover-up?
I'm trying to support a wonderful, brilliant woman who's doing something incredible. This isn't about us knowing things. This is about the second Indian-born woman ever going to fucking space.
What is the point of living if it's not about knowing things? I disagree with your fundamental...
Listen, Jesse, if you want to know if there's aliens out there, why don't you go to school for like 10 years and become the vice president of government affairs?
No, I'm good. Like, I don't care that much.
And you go to space with Richard Branson, and then you can find out.
I don't care. I don't care that much. It's fine. It's like, no. 10 more years of school, I'd rather walk into the ocean and let the tide take me. No, thanks. I'm good.
Anyway, that's all that's going on. I was just really excited about it. I'm really excited for her, and everyone should, just wake up early and watch it and be supportive and be excited.
That's awesome.
This is cool shit.
That's very cool. Steven, do you have any cool friends, or are you just boring?
I got nothing. I'm just boring. I'm gonna like sit at home and have a birthday in my underwear, and it's gonna be awesome.
Ooh.
In my booter.
In your underwear? Wow.
In your booter, in your
Happy
underwear, in your
birthday.
booter.
On my birthday.
That's a birthday in my underwear, if
Thought
you know
I'd
what I
mix
mean.
it up.
Happy birthday.
Pawns and Patrons is in the scheduling. We're discussing to see when our next overlap is going to happen, and we might have some options. They're not this weekend, but they might be soon. Keep your eyes peeled. I think that's all that's going on for me, because this is the most exciting thing that I do on the internet these days, because it rules. I'm going to pass it off to you, Jesse.
Hey, speaking of exciting, Bronze, what do you do on Tuesdays? What's happening in your what are you doing?
Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Shikar. It's my D&D 5e game, homebrew game with very unique camping mechanics and stuff like that. It's very cool. There's a lot of people that watch Sunfall Cycle that come through. So thank you for those. I almost hit myself in the face. Thank you for those of you that come by. I appreciate it. Last night's episode was just a lot of fun, and we're reaching that part of the game where the players are really like finding themselves and all the threads are starting to connect, which is super exciting. A lot of the stuff I'm working on right now is a little bit NDA, but I'm kind of taking a little bit of time to like restructure and take a more scheduled or like organized approach to streaming. So I'm trying to have like a clearer idea of what I talk about every day and what I stream every day with like scheduled shows. Right now I do a general morning talk show, but I kind of want to divvy that out and have like guests on and stuff like that, which I'm super excited about. So that's something I've been working on. And there's new content coming to my YouTube channel soon. So follow me on Twitter and on YouTube to know when that goes live and what I'm up to.
Damn, she's a machine.
All of that sounds pretty cool. And Shikara is pretty cool on Tuesday nights, but it's got to take second place for me. I'm sorry, Bronze. We got to talk about what's going on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
That's our EU-friendly rebroadcast of Shikar.
What's up?
There's a lot of us in there. It's our cast watch along, and it's for the EU people.
You get great viewership on that too. I'm super impressed.
Thank you. Yeah, our viewership's kind of cut in half because it's like the Pacific Standard Time people that can watch on Tuesday night, and then the people that can make it on Sunday. So
yeah.
Eric with the cute beard and his hair is tied back and he's looking so nice. He's got a raven behind him and a candle in a helmet. How you doing?
Dun, dun, dun.
How you doing? Are you? When do you
I'm doing
move?
well.
When is this happening?
Yeah, so I'm moving to Ireland in about 5 weeks now. August 19th, 6 weeks.
Ireland.
It is coming up real fast.
Ireland. That's not right.
So besides my Pendragon game on Mondays, I kind of like have stopped everything just so I can hang out with the people around and and focus on the move. That being said, though, I've had a lot of time to read, and I think I have read in the past week, literally since last Sunfall, I have read about 4 books.
Damn.
Wow.
I listened, a lot of it's audiobooks. I went completely through Beowulf, the modern translation, and let me tell you about this one.
Is it Seamus Heaney?
Is it who?
Seamus Heaney?
Is that no, I think it's a different one.
Yeah.
But this is the one that says, it starts with bro. Does anyone still remember the time or how to speak about kings? It starts and like they use like a lot of modern parlance in it. So you still get like Beowulf, the Thane of the Geats and stuff. But then you also get like, bro, why are you coming here fucking dressed for war? What is this shit? Why are you trying to front against the Great Dane King? And like, and there's like all this kind of shit. And like Crendor walks off dripping a lake of blood into the pond like a little bitch. It's like this. Like it's pretty good. Like it's pretty good. I wish they went more into like the wrestling like type of parlance. But it's really good. I've been doing that. I've been listening to a fuck ton of sci-fi. Like old sci-fi that's not really good, like Hammer Slammers, which is about a tank company, written by a guy who was in the Armored Cavalry in in Vietnam, so it's just like kind of a lot of just like weird, just I don't know, just trashy military sci-fi. And then the Doomarest saga. And all these, what's great and what's easy is that all these books are only like 5 hours long or so only like a couple hundred pages. So you can just crank them out, and it's kind of going through all the classics. And I'm also going through the Iliad.
Oh, nice.
That's so.
Listening to audiobooks and trying to get in a minimum number of steps every day.
Yeah.
We have such sedentary hobbies, and we are such sedentary people. And
we're still in a pandemic.
Yeah, and I was talking to our good friend Mark Humes about potentially being in an Adeptus Sororitas game with him.
Yeah.
And so for that, I was like listening to some of those novels, and those girls, they talk so much shit on the Adeptus Astartes and everybody else. It's so funny. They're like, those guys are bitches. They work with witches because they're weak, and we kill the heretic and the witch, and we're so much better than these losers.
It's true.
And everyone's like, hey, all service to the emperor is glorious. And they're like, yeah, okay.
Awesome.
So falls the heretic, so falls the witch, bitch.
It's just like reading an updated Beowulf. It's great.
It's hilarious because, like, okay, I've been reading the original Arabian Nights, and it's like, it's just like, man, it really opens like, man, women be trash though. And what's hilarious is like, this is the same thing where like the women are on a ship with like a bunch of normal people that have never even seen them before, and half of them are like, I want to have sex with this hot women, and the other half are like, they live off of the flesh of the men they kill. These are strange, brutal women. And there's like no in between where it's like, I want to have sex with her, and really that is her fault because she's a witch who like pulls our soul to damnation. And it's like, there's one commonality in all fantasy from old to new, which is like the dudes are always written like women are trash. And it's like the women are always like very intelligent. Because like I didn't realize Scheherazade or whatever her name is like, oh, this dickhead's gonna kill me for no reason. I'm gonna tell a story every night.
Yep.
Like, and it's like, what's crazy is half of these stories are written by dudes, and they are like, okay, men are trash. All the women are very witty and intelligent, and the men are like, I hate women. But if I were to write that, people would say I was being, you know, an SJW piece of shit.
I have a hot take on this, but I'm gonna.
What? What's your hot take?
I think all those male authors are the authors who are like, I'm a nice guy. What? Like I'm a really good guy. Convinced of it. Convinced all the male authors who are like, men are trash, right? Everyone are also the guys who are like scummy as shit, but they're just like, I'm a nice guy. What? I wrote a whole book about it.
I wrote a book.
Yeah, because their writing is always like that. It's always like the women are smart and intelligent, and the guys are like, you should kill all the women, and you're like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Male authors throughout history are definitely just like, I'm a nice guy. What? What a bitch. You wouldn't have sex with me. Honest to God, I'm convinced of it. Convinced of it. I wrote a whole book for you.
Changed.
Time is a wheel.
Oh no.
Speaking of which, are y'all ready for the Wheel of Time from Amazon?
No.
What?
Nope.
Where they're making a series.
Real?
Their
That
trailer?
Yes.
Herculean task. That is truly an endeavor.
Yeah.
It cannot possibly be
So
good.
much
When you
content.
have money.
It can't possibly be good. There's no way.
That's like what?
Who's
30
doing it?
How would they do it?
I mean, all I know is Amazon at the moment. Amazon is just like, they put out like a 30-second teaser trailer clip of like the Wheel of Time symbol.
There's no. I mean, like, I get that Amazon has more money than God. I understand, but they first have to sell me on this Lord of the Rings thing they're doing before I'll even give a damn about their attempt at Wheel of Time. Get out of town. No, I can't. Like, Amazon every once in a while has like a show where I'm like, that's pretty damn good. But most of the shows on Amazon are like trash. So I'm just saying, I need to know. I need to know if they can pull off fantasy. And so far, I have zero indication of that.
Fair.
Anyway, hi. Yeah, I'm doing nothing. Go watch these amazing people this week. They're great, and
Sorry, I was looking up the showrunner. It's It's the guy who used to be on Survivor. I don't know. I'm a little nervous now, guys. We'll see.
So
Survivor and
Interrupted
Wheel
your
of Time,
goodbye.
very similar.
look, here's all I'm gonna say. I
Sorry.
love Loki. I love Loki. The showrunner and creator and writer was a guy who, until Loki and now Multiverse of Madness, literally was on like a few things of Rick and Morty. He was a producer for the show that Michelle Morrow and I made, and he like did one other thing, and then he just is doing Loki and it's killing it. So we'll see.
I know, it's crazy. Like I could be
we'll
like,
see.
listen.
Yeah, we'll see
I'm
what
gonna go watch
it, like,
showrunner
now.
equals.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, agreed. We'll
But-
see.
That cute little reptile.
Oh, that new episode is out. Damn.
Gotta go.
All right, this has been great. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye, everybody. Wait, oh, that's the wrong damn button. Oh, no. Well, it seems like we've once again fallen for a customized Steven trap of some sort. But hey, it's a neat one. This one's very, very cool. So I am curious what's going to happen. Hopefully this is not a steak knife, but in fact a bagel. I'll take a bagel. But what if it was a donut, though? Oh, my God. Now I'm hungry.